Oh. Alright, alright. Let's try this once again. Alright. So this is gonna be Shadic. He's playing Junkrat around 3000 level, and we'll see what he has for us. It's from a replay, so we'll see what we can glean from this first person view, and if we have to go third person, start scoping it around, then we will. Alright, fishing for stuff. Okay, also, it's going to take me a little bit, but in the top right, red killing blue is good. Okay. I mean, it was a little slow of a start. You did hold the left path, but definitely walk up, start trapping. Okay. I will just say this for... some people play more than me, that's for damn sure. I've noticed a lot more people, like, if we're talking chances here, percentage, I'm pretty sure the right side where they're at right now, higher percentage of them ever coming out that way. Alright, well, keeping the pressure on, I mean, that's fine. Probably want to throw a concussive mine. Yeah. That's not bad. Whenever you see them group up, that's when you start doing concussive stuff. Can we skip ahead a little bit? Okay, that is a very strong skip. I will say one thing, so whenever you take the long defensive, it's more defensive option, you're going to be lower in consistency. How do I break? Okay, good. I did it. So if they're looking to push from over here, I would actually move up from there to around here. You can dominate the health pack, you can get some really meaty shots up here, and you can, I think more importantly, you can use your concussive mines pretty often, and to be a lot more accurate. Anything to disrupt them, just going from there to point A to point B. I mean, technically they went across the a choke point. I mean, this bridge you could consider a choke point. And, like, there's nothing you can do to punish them, because you're shooting from so far away. That, and I don't like your options from over here, because as soon as they take the roof, well, you can't go this way, right? The entire right section, it's all open ground, you can't do shit. So you have to go down to the bottom left. And then at that point, alright, you got this, but there's nothing going to be over there, they're going to be pushing out. You can get to the cart here, maybe you can get to the health pack, but there's just not a lot of good next steps. From actually defending this far back. I believe actually being more aggressive is... I don't even want to call it aggressive. I think it's just the smarter play. I think playing from over here... by definition, it's more aggressive than back there, but you're going to get more things done here, and you have an out, you have health packs, and you have, more importantly, cover. Control P. Trap and probably get the fuck out of there. Yep. I know this from my internal clock, but no one's respawned, and let alone no one's gotten up from the spawn. Focus on what's in front of you, don't... don't worry so much about spamming or shooting this. Also, right here is actually, if you went it to the left a little bit more, so they come around the corner and they actually don't see it right away. Because that just going to say is like a nearly 100% chance of being broken. Or, fuck, sometimes you see it. That sucks. I think you're dead. Yep. Interesting. I personally don't like pushing up straight to the yeah, that's Tracer. Pushing up straight to the choke point. I think if you just stay on the high ground and do your damage from up there, it's pretty damn good. Because when you're shooting in a choke point, if you're shooting in a choke point as a Junkrat, like, the issue is that for them, it's the choke point. Right? You're more about just putting damage in the choke point than you are like, I want to get close and have a high chance of hitting targets. Well, they're stuck in a very small area, so your percentage is pretty big, so you really don't need to be straight up on it. You can, but again, I don't think the risk is worth the reward in that case. Sounds like the Tracer's behind you. Oh no, she's in front of you. Genjis are a pain in the ass. That's just practice. I would just say hug cover a little bit more. I should look at my own games, but I'm pretty damn sure I always try to stay next to a wall or some sort of she's gonna try to go back. Yep. She's not. Okay, there she is. She's gonna be gone by the time. Okay, there. You actually didn't even need to get closer to her. Just. Because you know she's gonna be out by the 3 seconds. Here you go. Oh, this couldn't get any better. Trap yourself? Yeah, what are they gonna do? Alright, skip ahead.
It's a perfect day.
Is it 20 seconds? Perfect. I don't like taking those shots right there. If they... I'm just used to good hit scans and they'll kill you. Damage boost on Junkrat is nice against Tracers, though. Hog to your right. Oh, that's your hog. They got an echo? Oh, this is... These are dangerous moves. Okay. I don't know if you identified that people were fighting, they wanted to go for the health back, but if you did, kudos. Up and over? Yeah. This is all pretty good. At this point, like, they know you're here. I probably wouldn't poke too much more. You're just playing up a little farther than I would like. Especially because they don't have any hit scan. There you go. Good job on that one. Is he covering the flank route? I don't... You don't have to fully commit yourself to the flank to defend the flank route. Damn, that Mercy's all about saving this Genji. Alright. This is get the hell out of dodge. Oh no, never mind, you only gotta... Oh no, those... Never mind, those are your friends that are... Those are your enemies. Oh shit, that's dangerous. Zen's up to your top left. They got bubble. Yeah. You don't have your trap anymore? Oh, no, man. You moved it. Okay. So, the only advice on the tire, and I got shitty tires, is wait till your team engages and then engage. Yeah, that... I was like, oh yeah, you got some allies on the card, it's good to tire here, and then I was like, wait a second, blue's bad. Should've killed it Ana to my right when I had the chance. The thing is when you're doing sneaky stuff, like, you have to fully commit to it. Like, you have to fully commit to something. You can't try to sneak and shoot once or twice and then go back to sneaking. As soon as you're seen, you're seen. That's it. Going after the Echo is ballsy. Got a passive kill. I would suggest not jumping at Echoes. Especially when you're jumping across the combat line. I always think of it as hockey. Like, it's passing across center ice is always dangerous. I guess in certain situations. But yeah, careful about just pushing across open ground. This is not where you want to be, but you're just stalling the car. That's fine. I remember in this replay we have the benefit of seeing through walls. Yep. I mean, the whole... Oh, that's a strong hit. Okay, you heal it. Hey, that's a good one. You are... Okay. You got a kill, but way overcommitted. It plays out okay here, but is it needed? I really think you're just, overall, just very aggressive. You're always playing up front. When you cover the flanks like you were on point one, you can cover the flanks from farther away. you just give up the ability to flank through the flank, if you know what I'm saying. If you play defensive on your flank and just stop people from coming through, then you usually give up the ability to go be offensive with it, which I usually say is fine. Unfortunate.
That's a licking. Keeps on ticking.
Okay, and you guys got clean up here. Yeah, you're playing very up close and face tanky. Very good save, but I think they're still going to get it right. Unless you lied to me and this is actually a win. Didn't expect to walk into a beam. Yeah, no, there. That's you die. That's fine. That echo death, whatever. That shit happens.
Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3.
Yeah, but you're playing very aggressive. And on the first point they had, that is much better of a shot than on top. By staying on this flank, you keep your offensive options, but holy shit, do you lose a lot of... Oh, that's very unfortunate. You lose so many, like, ways to move, and that's just how things work. If you commit yourself to the right, you can't move to the left, right? You just can't. That's not how things work. That's why I will try to position myself like middle left or middle right. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's an unfortunate pull. So your hog was staying with you there? I mean, let's say your hog stayed with you there. Do you think you would have killed the Pharaoh that was flying? Like, again, it's very low probability. It's not that you can't, it's just that chances are probably not. Your team not with you. No. Now remember, I'll just say this about Junkrat. Tire on your back is fucking huge. Let's see if this creates an opening. They have the spawn advantage. They also have the cart healing advantage, and they're pushing through a choke point that you guys are subjected to.
That's a fine. How do you do?
If you ever get stuck on that part, let them come, like, let the cart push through the choke point and let them get stuck moving through the choke point. Don't... Oh, you're gonna die again. Yep. Alright, so you're in overtime. This means, like, don't engage the enemy at all until your team's ready. Because, oh, you know what's gonna happen? About 1 or 2 of your teammates are gonna die here. And then it's just gonna be... This is basically a walking stagger. Fire. I'm doing good. How you doing? Thought we would have that killed too. Well, dude, a lot of these you're face tanking is what I really notice. Now, overtime, the shitty thing about overtime is like, yeah, it's just really shitty to say like base your play on these things.
Back for more.
They got an echo. Alright, so you gotta be full sneak here. This is full sneak mode. Yeah. Well, I think we know how this one's gonna end.
No one can hide from my sight.
Yeah, 2 hogs sucks. That's echo for you.
Ready for battle. Ready for battle.
I bring up this example almost every other review stream, but it's like little kids playing soccer.
3,
That's your issue right now.
1. Attackers incoming.
You're just running. You're running at people constantly.
The payload.
To be fair, we should have had that. I killed 2 twice, and the team all died to echo. It doesn't matter what you think. It matters what happens. Sometimes your concussive mind gets blown up. Yeah, I would look down and sad too. There's no such. There is no proper answer. There's no proper anything. There's just what I consider percentages. You could say, "Oh, my team should win this." Yeah, there should be coulda, woulda, shoulda. But again, if all you're doing is watching these replays and you're saying, "I should have done this because I killed 2 people," you're in. Maybe this is why your heart's stuck, man. Like, you got to get that out of your head. It's not your team should do anything. It's did I just die and face tank something just because I thought we had it? Could I have not face tanked that and right there you go, you got something there. But you got caught. They got a mercy, you don't, right? Oh no, they don't have a mercy. They got Anazen now. The entire concept of trading, the only people that really drive home the concept of trading when it comes to like, oh, I killed people, you should do this, are people at fucking Diamond. Like, really, they're low SR players. And you gotta get this mentality out of your head. It's never enough just to kill 2 people and you're like, I did my job, I take my hands off my keyboard. You can always be doing something more. Well, this is a good bush. Like this. What? Why jump down? Why give up the high ground?
The hunter.
Also, this is the position I was telling you before. Concussive mine? That's echo.
30 seconds remaining.
You won't get rid of me that easily.
Bro, do you review other roles? Yeah, you review whatever you want. Ever watch a game of soccer in my life? Oh yeah, I said soccer. Oh, and here, are you giving up?
Attack.
Oh, Shadic. This is the lowest of lows. You always have a chance to win. My team is done in voice chat. And?
Victory.
Alright. Boo Raccoona, yes, boo that man. Boo that man. One v 6 doesn't matter. You still play. Boo that man. First of all, oh, that's right. I gotta launch it again. Boo. And that's just my personal preference. I always just play until the game's over. That's just how it is. Doesn't matter. And maybe this comes from when I played sports. Like, growing up, you keep playing. You keep playing. Giving up doesn't do anything. And if giving up because you're upset that you lost, like, I don't know. Like, what are you afraid of? Like, your feelings going to get hurt by trying more? I don't know. It's actually something that I really don't understand overall when it comes to other people doing it. I'm waiting in a 45-minute queue to play. I'm going to go play into the very last second. There you go. Raccoona. Can we take Raccoon's internet points away? That'd be great. So overall, like, mechanics, I think your mechanics are fine. We'll do the mechanics again. I think they're fine. They're coming along. Yeah, nothing much to say there. The one thing I will say about your mechanics is it's hard to judge them when you're only face tanking. Face. F-A-C-E. So I'm just like leaving this as a off point. If you're always shooting people in melee range, it's hard to get a judging mechanics. Positioning. So here's just it's a choice. If you have, let's just draw a flank. Let's draw the Route 66 one. So here's that area. Here's like the path. Right? It goes out that way, and this one goes out this way and curves this way. You were just trying to stay right here, and you were kind of going in this way and providing some fire that way, and going over this way and kind of providing fire this way. And your big shots were like right here, like because the payload's right in the middle, and then the flank shot this way. Those are like your, from what I can tell, that's your routine. The problem I have with this type of play, and it's not that it's bad, it's just that it's aggressive, is that they didn't have hit scan, and you could just literally chill on top of here, on top of the, what is it, Big Earls or something? I always think of Toe Jam and Earl from that. You could chill up here, and you can cover the flanks from here very easily, right? You have the visibility, and usually the problem from being up on the gas station is that hit scans can kind of pepper you down. Now, you can shoot over that little sign, and there's other minor things you can do, but you can't be like as accurate as you want with that. But they didn't have any hit scans. So it's a conscious choice, and you can talk to different Junkrats and you'll get, different answers. But if you want to lock down the flanks, you can do it from a safer area. What you give up is these aggressive flanks. Now, you just have to like weigh the choices. Do I attack on like do I give up my offensive flanks at any point in time for a little bit more safety, but I still lock down the flanks, right? But you just lose this. Actually, at Route 66, you only lose this flank here. This one through the tunnel and shooting people really quickly. And to be honest, this is actually a low percentile chance flank. I don't know what it is. It must be where the cart usually stops and the point of the line of sights the supports have. But usually they don't chill right in front of this doorway. Either they go past it or they stay behind it. But this is all up to you. I'm just giving you my opinion. I would choose most often than not to stay up here and then defend everything from that way. If I play up close, I usually basically our team's playing melee, right? We got a Reinhardt, we got a Lucio. Maybe they have some hit scans, so I don't even want to be on top of the gas station. Those are the types of situations where I could see myself playing on the ground close to the wall to cut off all their sight lines and stuff like that. Give myself some flanking opportunities, and that's like my offensive move, but most of the time I'm just playing defensive and using ricochets to put damage on while just hiding my head. But overall, positioning, man, it's a lot of face tanking. And again, it's the same deal that I say, sorry, it's if you're foreign, you know what, I don't care if you're foreign. It's soccer, all right? It's soccer. It's not football. It's soccer. If you see a bunch of kids playing soccer, I don't need to draw 11 X's. But basically, wherever the ball is at, even the fucking goalies, everyone just goes towards the ball no matter where it's at. Like, the ball will be over here, and their goalie's like way over here. Defense, just everyone's right over here. Just because all they know is ball, 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 ball. Ball, ball, ball. And I've seen this with a lot of Junkrats. This could be the most common issue I see with a lot of Junkrats that I've reviewed throughout the years. Everyone, they don't like the lower accuracy they get from shooting from farther away. Like, they feel like they're not doing much. They don't feel impactful. So what they do is they run, they get to the face, and then they're like, oh, I killed 2 people, we're good. Like, that's my job, is to kill people. Your job is, I'll just say it, DPS jobs are to stay alive. And I said this in my last review, and I'll say it on this one. DPS is designed, from a game design standpoint, to put damage on targets in the most amount of situations possible. And they do that by DPS having mobility and usually, less fall off or very accurate hit scans, something like that. In Junkrat's case, ricochets, no fall off, long distance. These are the things that he uses to stay alive and keep pressure on the enemy. The whole point of damage, staying alive as long as possible, finding the most amount of ways to keep damage on the enemy team while staying alive. That's your job. That's job number 1. Job number 2 could be like, oh, get a kill. I'd actually say job number 2 would be like, make sure your team's not getting like flanked and you're keeping the pressure down. Then it's like kill people. I don't know. But yeah, Raccoon, yes, mobility. DPS heroes have mobility so they can keep on putting damage in different ways, right? Look at Widow, look at Hanzo, look at Ashe. They all have ways to get to the high ground to keep damage on people. In fact, most heroes are designed this way. Like, they have some type of mobility, some way to get forward so they can hurt people, or so they can fall back and hurt people. Staying alive is important to damage. That's their job. I didn't pay attention to the traps, but trap more. Meh. Everyone needs to trap more. The other thing about choke points, you're trapping a lot. Okay. I have to do this just because that's what I do. Another thing about choke points, and we kind of talked about it here, is on the second point of Route 66. there's the top of the top of the middle building, the saloon, and then here's the way that they come out, and then I don't know. There's that little boardwalk that kind of goes out this way. Now you jumped right up here, and you put a trap down, and then you just stayed right here attacking people. Actually, this square is way off. It should be like this or something. In either case, again with the choke point deal, you don't have to get in there, and it has to do with the face tagging deal too. You don't have to get right up in their face to put damage in the choke point. You just shoot in the choke point and you get damage. So yeah, this long range phobia you have, I think, is what you really need to take on. There's one more thing. It's eluding my brain right now. There's one more thing I wanted to yell at you about. God damn it. I can't remember. Yep, I can't remember. God damn it. So overall, you're way too aggro. You're way too aggro. You give up everything to run at someone for consistency with your primary. This entire flank talk is because you want to be the more aggressive one here. The flank talk here about how you can sit back and deny a choke point from a different spot is, again, aggressive. Everything's just about being way too aggressive. This whole chasing them to their face, aggression. You need to dial that back for sure. That is by far and large your issue. That's it. I mean that is the thing you have to work on. Remember to climb. Getting better and climbing SR. You're fighting statistics in a way. If you do moves that are risky and when they pay off big, understand that if it works 40% of the time, that's great. But if you're at a casino and you're like, oh man, I got 40% chance to win, I'm playing this game all the time. As the house, fucking, I'll let you play that game, dude. I'll let you play it. I'll let everyone play it. Jackal's told you the same thing, but not to do it often, only occasionally. Yes. So, you found that winning was a lot easier that way. You may have only remembered the times you win because you did it that way. What Jackal was getting at, and what I'll get at, is that it's kind of like a micro meta. In that, if you're playing defensive, like, and maybe this is why I succeed sometimes. So if we're talking about like a fighting game, or even like a best of 7 of like StarCraft Brood War or Age of Empires, anything like that, whenever we're talking duration of the same person fighting against each other, and we can even consider it in the micro sense of like the same person playing against each other for 10 minutes. If, like, for me, I'll play defensive, and then I go super aggressive. Defensive, and then I go super aggressive again. And the reason I do this is because people try to pick up on patterns, and normally they're just going to see, oh, alright, Junkrat's really far away. And even then, my last couple shots, I'll shoot from very far away, I'll reload, and while I'm reloading, that's when I'm taking the short flank and trying to get a very quick kill. So you gotta pepper in stuff every now and then. If We're talking Brood War and games that like restart for a best of 7. Understand that like they do different build orders just to be different. As soon as you start being static and they start understanding what you're doing all the time, then you're going to run into issues. And if we're talking fighting games, it's called being you have to give mix-ups. Right? It really, and truth be told, I think that only happens at the higher levels. I think at the level you're at, it doesn't fucking matter. I don't think the people at 3,000, apologies for anyone at 3,000, I don't think they give a fuck about any of that. Like, unless you're flanking constantly and you kill them every time, they're gonna be like, alright, gotta do something about this Junkrat. Simple act of making your opponent have to make more new decisions increase the odds of them making mistakes. Correct. When I fought in a tournament, I remember this one kid, he was just like, man, it's not about who's better. It's about whoever makes less mistakes today. And I was like, yeah, you're fucking right, dude. Like, that's competition in a nutshell, and that's why when you're just like, even if we say who's the number one Junkrat, at what point in time, do you have a tournament? Do you have, like, what is it? Even if you had, like, the Super Bowl, like, you have a playoff in a Super Bowl, does the best team always win? No. That's not how it is. You wouldn't even have playoffs. You just have the normal season. You'd be like, well, this team has the best record. They're the best. They win. Yeah. So, only one person's win is Rafa. Didn't Rafa just win this last tournament this last weekend? It was a good tournament. But either way, who is Rafa? Rafa is... Man, what do they say in Wing Chun? Oh my god, I forget the saying. It's something like... It's a Taoist art, but they still bow to Buddha. And the idea is like, when you're practicing Wing Chun, understand it's a Taoist art, but understand, like, it's also... There's also influences from Buddha. Not Buddha, sorry, from Shaolin and the other arts. And how does this relate to Overwatch and Rafa? Basically, it doesn't matter if you play Overwatch. If you play any FPS, you bow to Rafa. Because he is, I don't know if he's uncontested the best Quake player ever, but he's like the best Quake player ever. And when you talk about Quake and Quake Arena and that type of stuff, you're talking at very, very strong first-person shooter mechanics. And he's very good at all of them. It's not just hit scan, it's not just tracking, it's not just like Twitch or Flick or whatever you want to fucking call it. He's one of the most proficient people at all FPS mechanics ever. And he keeps excelling. Like, and if you want to like get a really emotional one, you can watch the tournament after his girlfriend passed away. Because like he broke down after winning that tournament. He's like, I had to win for her. He's like, I had to do this. But very, very talented person. So, long story short, mechanics, and this is why actually the triangle is created as a triangle, is that, look, mechanics, when you're Overwatch League talented, mechanics can carry you through everything, but the truth is this. You need to base it on information. You need to put that information in play. You need to be from a solid position, and then rely on your mechanics. I should say rely on your mechanics, and then execute your mechanics. Rely on the mechanics the least amount, because that is what will wax and wane with time the most. So, long story short, Stop face tanking. Stop fucking doing this. Be less aggressive. You're playing the odds. If you're trying to win, if you're doing a technique that wins 40% of the time, if you play 500 games, you're under a 50% win rate. So if you want to climb, and I don't want to say to get better, but if you want to climb, you have to play the stupid game of math and start playing some statistically better ways to play. Not saying crazy ass flanks can't win a game sometimes. You pepper that in when you need to. But you're going for the long play. You're in it for the grind right now. And I think that's good enough for that one.